Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Conor Talk of the Day. Today I wanted to talk about the feeling of sonder. Sonder is a feeling that everyone, every single soul, even a passerby on the street, your neighbor, a random person you see at the gym, someone who comes into your work, or even somebody who's next to you in line when you're getting coffee, has lived a life just as complex as your own. And they're constantly living it even if we lack the awareness of it. Ever since I learned what this word was, I've been kind of consumed with this feeling. And it's absurd to think that someone's life from birth to now, like, think about that story. Like, there's so much that can happen in that time span. I'm 21 years old and I know so much has happened in my life in 21 years. And like those random people, I will never get to know their full story. Even like your best friends or people that you've really started to get to know, you will never get to know their full story because you were never with them 100% of the time. And part of this is why I live by a, a rule where I will never judge people, or I try not to. I try to live in like a judgment free zone because I have no clue what has happened in your life that has gotten you to where you are today. Especially with first impressions. First impressions are so hard to nail. So hard to nail. First impressions are very, very difficult. Like, to have the confidence to walk up to somebody that you have no idea, like, you never met them, and, like, introduce yourself, like, that is a very hard thing to do. It takes a lot of confidence and, like, blah, you know? Um, so whenever I'm having these first interactions and I'm getting these first impressions, I try to keep in mind that I don't know anything about your day or your life. Maybe today you woke up this morning and you just felt like shit. You just didn't want to roll out of bed. You just couldn't get the energy out. Maybe maybe you're feeling on the edge today. You're feeling kind of snappy. Maybe you're the kind of person that takes time to grow on people. I think I'm one of those people. When you first meet me, I think I'm very childish and like, or people can see me as very childish and like, oh, he's the goofy weird kid. But I think I grow on people eventually. And it's impossible to for me to meet somebody once and then strictly base your whole or my whole thoughts on you off that one interaction. Like, and going back to this feeling of sonder, the thought that there is thousands of people out there that I'll never know the story behind is it's difficult to sit on. Like one of my I'd say quirks, quote unquote. One of my quirks is that I try to leave my mark on everybody I meet, and it adds to my legacy. You know, my legacy when I die will not be dictated by what I've left people. It'll be dictated on the thoughts and memories of others. And knowing that these people are living like these complex, intricate, intense lives means that I have to try harder to leave my impression. I have to try harder to leave my mark, which is taxing. It really is. And realistically, I won't be able to leave my mark on everyone I meet. And that is a thought I've come to recently. It's not my job to make every interaction with people amazing or perfect. Sometimes a person is just a person. You know, we can only remember, humans can only remember 150 faces. That's like a scientific fact. We can only remember 150 faces. So let's say I meet 50,000 people in my entire life. When I'm 80 years old, I only remember 150 of those, which is crazy to think about. Out of all these people that I've met, I lived in Alberta. I've worked so many jobs. I've gone to all these different schools. I'll only remember 150 of them, and I may not even remember specific moments. I might just be able to pinpoint your face. Which, if you're really reading into it, it's kind of an awakening for me that I need to work harder on making these important moments with the people that are gonna be with me when I'm 60 or 80 years old. Because those are gonna be the people that mattered. The people that have spent all this time with me, and the people that have gathered all these memories and stories from me. Those are gonna be the people that not only are they gonna remember me, but I'm gonna remember them, which is just as important. I want people to be able to leave me their marks, I guess. Allow me to carry their burdens and make all these fantastic memories together. That way I'm not worried about, I wonder what life this guy behind me in line has lived. I'm more worried about, I wonder what my best friend's life is like right now. And I think that's the Connor talk of the day. Thank you for joining me, and have a good one.